We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers! Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers! Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the RebelTaxi Pizza Party podcast, and I had trouble sleeping, and I just woke up literally minutes ago, and here I am, pan pizza for RebelTaxi. And who are you? Who is this?
Well, I'm Nolan. I've been here since day one. And with me is our other co-host,
Izzy, and I only got like 4 hours of sleep. So I'm also in the same boat as Pam.
But we have a guest.
Yeah. Who is this?
I'm EyeOfSol. You can call me Sol, and I'm just happy to be here.
What the heck do you do?
I used to do animation reviews, but I don't do them anymore. I now do general topic videos as soon as I haven't started yet, but it's going to be starting soon.
So you gave up on the dream?
No, I joined the animation industry, so I'm still part of the dream. I just taking a more active role than silently, or not silently, but loudly flinging rocks at the giant wall of the industry.
Oh my god, that's what I do.
Define join the animation industry.
If you're not under NDA, or if you feel
well, I can't say anything specific, but yes, I've been working in the animation industry for over a year now.
What the fuck?
One of us. One of
Google
us.
gobble.
That's awesome.
Google gobble.
She's basically ahead of me.
All right, so yeah. So I don't do animation reviews anymore.
But now in terms of subscribers, where it really matters, Pan.
It's all about my.
Like,
go ahead.
Not position, or what your job rather is.
Well, I can't say where I work because I got
I
got doxxed last year. Yeah. Right now I'm a render wrangler.
Render wrangler.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Like I don't know. I just imagine like a cowboy just rendering files or something.
Yeah, we all sit there with our lassos and our cowboy hats. Actually, it's more like the immune system of a cartoon. So you just weed out the bad actors and you make them work again, or you kill them. I get to do a lot of killing in my job.
Oh man,
that's awesome. I want that.
But
don't give it to him.
For someone who hasn't seen your videos, I mean, is there any videos that you would recommend them to watch?
I would say just watch my old reviews if you want, because my new content hasn't really started yet.
Oh.
Maybe come back in like 3 months when my new content has started and see if you like it. It's gonna be more like Vsauce meets Nerd City kind of thing.
Do you have anything you can tease us with? Do you have like a little morsel you can just fling out and let like the birds just peck at it?
I'm gonna be doing like general topic discussion videos, not so much reviews as like opinionated. Sorry, not opinionated videos, more discussion based. So I have like a chunky Google Doc of some topics.
I hate Google Docs.
I do too, but it's the only one on my.
Why do you hate Google Docs?
You know what? I don't even use Microsoft Word to write my scripts. I just use some random program that's like for coding and just like, yeah, this works. I don't need fancy looking, formats or anything for my text. It's just plain text.
For script writing, my friend Goat Jesus recommended me some script writing things, and I'm like, gotta hop on that shit because script writing is like the one thing keeping me away from doing videos or comics because I hate writing scripts.
It's hard.
Yeah, but for my... Oh, go ahead.
It's not hard, it's just tedious. Like, formatting it is a pain in the ass.
I don't know, like, you put in one image on Microsoft Word, and it just completely ruins the entire format of the page.
You have to change the formatting of the image.
Right. Okay, but if you're writing a script... I was going to say, well, first of all, if you're writing a script, why are you throwing in pictures?
I don't know. Like, when I was younger, I would play with Microsoft Word, and I was like, man, what if I had my own magazine? That'd be so cool. I talk about video games, so we could put in an image, and then it ruins everything. Yeah.
Well, now you work for Playboy, and you write for them, so...
It's freelance. I only did it 2 times.
Still,
don't count.
You're moving up in the world.
Yeah.
But
yeah, print media is dead, so we'll never see the lovely format of just all these cool graphics come together in text.
Of course. Couldn't you do that with like iPads and such? Like,
I don't know. I mean, like, you ever just look like a gaming magazine and just admire all the logos and official art from a game and just how it's all put together, and now we can't really do that, and everyone just pussed out, and now we're just doing the minimalist art style. We're not, websites are just being that big scrolly thing,
I get you.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their news from Snapchat News, which is like the most reputable news outlet out there.
Is that a real news thing?
People still use Snapchat?
Absolutely.
It's the wisest the news. I can't even finish the sentence. I can't even do it sarcastically.
Whoop whoop.
It's the best place to
it's-
get news.
Oh, that's a nudes. Okay.
I was gonna say, I know it's the best place to get nudes. There's a lot of sex
No, I
workers
said
that use
news.
it.
Yeah.
Premium
Always
Snapchats.
support your cam girls.
I really, honestly, I don't know if you like post that like satiric, like as a joke or not, but I have a lot of sex worker friends, and so like I retweeted it, and I thought it was really cool of you to post. Be a good example.
Look, even though Nesca looks down on me for doing it, I'm just like, look, I gotta help these girls out. It's fine.
Well, Nesca looks down on you for a lot of things.
Oh, true that, yo.
Yeah.
Classic.
But before we get into the news or anything, we were doing a little pre-show topic that we thought was worthy enough to transition into full-on topic for the show.
What are we gonna talk about? Because I got some news.
Action figures suck now.
Action figures kind of always
What's
sucked.
the deal with toys?
Fuck you.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
But first, this video is sponsored by Pilot Penguin, who paid $100 to support us on Patreon. They want to promote their friends' YouTube and Twitter. Carl's Amateur Hour, a guy who streams his art on YouTube and draws a webcomic. Hallgrave, about two aristocrats exploring on a hot air balloon. It's very stylized like Tintin or Astro Boy. Go follow Carl's Amateur Hour and read his webcomic, Hallgrave.
We now return to the Transformers.
I mean, unless it's like NECA or Mondo, no one cares about action figures.
Toy Biz made the good shit. Toy Biz made the good shit.
Yeah.
How dare you? Die.
Oh.
Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Japan, they
Done
make
you.
really, really high quality figures and
Yeah.
everything like that because of otaku culture and the collectibles. Like, there are people who line up for days to get these collectibles just because it's like, I just want them. But in North America, collecting figures and stuff is still seen as like a nerdy, lame practice. So they
Well-
don't try as hard because they don't market to these people. They'd rather not be associated with them.
Well, I feel we're getting there. We're slowly getting there.
I was gonna say we don't have action figures, but we do have high end like statues and such. Like you can go into like a Think Geek and spend $60 or $70 on like a hand sculpted statue of Deadpool.
Yeah, there's stuff
That's
like
true.
Or something.
McFarlane Toys and First
Oh.
for Figures. These people who make like really high quality statues, but the general market is mostly just toys marketed to children, not adults.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
I know what you're referring to, but that's also exactly what I'm referring to. Do you guys remember the Spider-Man 1 and 2 movie toys? And they were
No.
the shit.
Oh,
Oh my god, they were so good. They had like Spider-Man with like magnet hands so he could crawl on like magnetic walls and stuff.
Who has magnetic walls? What are you living in a water base underground?
Do you live in a
Like
tin house?
like a fridge or something. Maybe. Don't judge me.
Oh.
But anyway.
Okay,
so-
so I want to make sure we're differentiating, or at least like on the same page with what we're talking about here. Because so I think you're mostly exclusively talking about action figures in which it's a play thing, not a decoratory thing, right? So you're
Mhm.
wanting like action gimmicks and such, and posability
Kung fu
and
grip.
joints.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I'm actually really happy with a lot of the stuff that Funko does. It's not the pop figures.
Oh.
Because like
Yeah.
they do like their Disney Afternoon toy line, their the collectibles that are for the adults that are clearly not for the kids. Those are actually pretty nice most of the time. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
action figures suck major ass. My roommate's a big action figure apologist. Well,
They didn't
plastic's
all,
expensive now, and no, I can't.
they didn't always suck. We used to have the Spider-Man stunt system. Now we have
Stun.
big imitators. Okay.
Oh.
Nobody here remembers the Spider-Man stun system, so I'm going to educate you all on this.
Please do.
The Spider-Man stun system is where you had this little mini Spider-Man with magnet hands, right? But then you could
Mhm.
buy like parts to the stunt system. Like you could have him jump through the police station sign and then catch Magneto. And it was like a big ass fucking Rube Goldberg machine where you could buy individual sets and then link them up together. So like you could have Spider-Man web swing throughout the city and then jump through the police station and catch Magneto and then like dab in midair or whatever. It was fucking rad.
Oh man, it's like friggin' Mousetrap.
Yeah, it was Mousetrap, but like an action figure set. It was fucking cool.
yeah.
Nobody remembers it, and you all made us lose the dream. Now we just have these fucking like 1 foot tall, shitty sculpts that have like shoulder and like leg joints. That's it.
I mean, I since Japan is ahead of us in terms of like action figures, I feel like our generation is slowly catching up to them, like both with like action figures and cartoons. Like I feel in a maybe like 10 years, we're gonna have more essentially American weeaboos or weeaboos of Western animation that, because everyone's like making fan theories about your Starverses or Steven Universe. Like I feel. I don't know that there's gonna be a more dedicated fandom to American cartoons
that might
future,
happen, but
Mhm.
the first thing that has to go before that happens is the stigma. So internationally, anime doesn't have the stigma of being just for kids because there's a lot of adult animation, everything like that. But in Japan, it's a little bit like that, sort of. They're not very fond of their otakus and their neets and hikikomoris and stuff. But here, yeah, if you say you're a devotee of animation or cartoons, it's like, what are you, 2 years old? So you
yeah, 2 inches. Wait, no, never mind.
And in Japan, it's like, oh god, are you a fucking
even though,
loser?
Yeah, even though
Instead
it's a
of, are
huge
you
part
2
of their
years old?
culture and their country's revenue and stuff like that, it's still not really considered high art, or you're not considered like a real connoisseur if you enjoy it. You're just considered a weird weeaboo, or not a weeaboo, but an otaku.
Oh man.
Don't they have because like One Piece is really big there, and they have like actual One Piece stores, theme parks, and such. Like I know we have like Disneyland, but like it's never been like on the same like level as like one property getting its own.
Sorry, just
mall,
Endless Fin says America Boos. They'd be called America Boos.
America.
I think they're actually called Westaboos in Japan, or people refer to like people who are fascinated with American culture, Westaboos. But yeah, One Piece is like the outlier, I think, because One Piece just somehow got so insanely fucking popular that like there's just One Piece fucking everything there. It's like on the level of Harry Potter, I think.
Oh shit! Yeah, I guess I
If
can.
not
That
more.
makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, One Piece I think is like the third most, like has sold the most comics, only being beaten by Batman and Superman.
Yeah, that's true. It's the third highest selling comic of all time.
Like it just recently took over Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I don't get it. I
One
don't
Well,
get
to be fair,
people with One Piece.
no one reads comics.
Okay, well, we're gonna have this conversation later, Sol. You sit down.
Oh, it's pirates.
But the thing is, like,
take a bite of gum.
the thing is though, One Piece is like, it doesn't like have the mass volume that like Spider-Man, Batman, or Superman does. It's a 20-year-old brand, and it doesn't like release like miniseries, spin-offs. So if they're counting like the global like franchise of Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman together, that's like very fucking impressive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I was looking on Wikipedia on the most profitable franchises, and apparently Fist of the North Star, it just beat Toy Story of all things.
What? No,
Somehow through Pachinko, yeah, like most profitable. I mean,
Probably once Toy Story 4 comes out, that'll change.
I know this is kind of a weird segue, but when I was sick, I wound up watching someone remade the whole hour and 20 minutes of Toy Story, but with real toys.
Oh yeah, that happened.
I watched the entire thing, and it's just as good as the regular movie. Like, watching it, I don't need to rewatch the original movie anymore because I've already got it.
Also, keep in mind that One Piece also got fucked over here in the US, which is like a big market thanks to 4Kids. Like, it still hasn't recovered.
How dare you spread lies and slanders to the perfection that was 4 Piece.
Four piece.
4 Piece. You know, 4Kids Piece.
Izzy, One Piece is literally the only dub Toonami has outright canceled. Which damage 4Kids did.
Well, they canceled it after the Funimation, but
no, I know, but that's like how bad the stigma. That's how bad the stigma of the 4Kids dub was. Like, One Piece.
Agree and disagree. I'm with you that One Piece probably would have been much more popular, especially with anime fans, if it got the proper like representation early on. But keep in mind that like the people watching One Piece on television weren't the traditional animation fan or like anime fans. Like only the hardcore One Piece fans were the ones on forums knowing that there was a different version of it.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, since One Piece was advertised so poorly to like the general people here, whenever people like saw it probably on Toonami, like recently, they were like, "Oh, yeah, I remember One Piece. I'm not too interested in seeing that again."
Someone just insulted Sanji's voice from One Piece or for the 4Kids one. And it's like,
Hey guys, what's up?
It's me.
I will stand. He
everyone.
legit had to leave the industry and become a bartender.
Oh, man.
David Moo, he was on Jeopardy
Oh, no.
recently.
Oh, no. What was I on there for?
For Alex
I don't know.
Trebek.
That's not my kid. You gotta do the test.
We legit
Hey.
need to get David Moo on.
That'd be
Yes.
great.
Yes, we
already
should.
here.
I gotta prove that is not my child, and I don't own child support to this
What is this
bitch.
bitch you're doing, man?
He's on Jerry Springer, or what was he on?
No, it was on Jeopardy. It's a game show.
Oh, I heard the J, and I'm sleep deprived. Sorry.
I want to see the scenario in which there's Jeopardy is where you go. It's Jerry Springer, but it's called Jeopardy. It's like a death battle.
Oh shit! It's like, who is the father? You know.
Not me. It's not me. Not
Sounds
me.
like Barney.
I know. Well, it's like whenever I try doing the Sanji voice, it's either Barney or
Okay.
it's Bullwinkle.
Barney, you are not the
Oh
father.
yeah.
What did I tell you?
What
I
moose
am
can't drive an
Harry. What did I
automobile?
tell you? I am not the father.
Oh no!
So, okay, guys. So
I pulled out.
just so we're clear, Sanji is not the father. Okay.
Speaking of the kid not being his son, I have some news. It was a transition, but there was recently a documentary on Michael Jackson called "Escaping Neverland" that just exposes Michael Jackson or something. Oh, got a phone, and for some reason. The Simpsons, after like 50 years fucking later, they decided, you know what? We're gonna take this Michael Jackson episode and take it off the air on TV, but you can still stream it in DVDs and piracy.
No, they're taking it off. They're taking it off future DVD releases and streaming too. I think.
I mean, they stopped producing DVDs, so whatevs.
They're taking it off past DVDs too. Your
Oh,
DVD just
shit.
self-destructs.
They're going to time travel. Oh fuck!
So my mom called me earlier and she was talking about Michael Jackson. She was like, I think it's probably before your time. And Mom, I'm like almost 30. I know who Michael Jackson is. Like she
Yeah.
legitimately thought I would be too young to know who the fuck Michael Jackson was.
Well, I mean, she'd probably be like, "Did you see this CBS cartoon, Michael Jackson's Halloween? That's a real person."
That's something my mom would do.
I mean, I'm wondering, like, are they gonna take away that CBS cartoon now, the one that I reviewed of Michael Jackson? I hope not.
Did it ever actually get up though?
It aired 2 times so far in 2 years in a row. So I'm wondering, like, I don't know. It's like if I guess I can like change the video title to the now banned Michael Jackson cartoon.
Get that ad revenue chugging in.
Yeah. Look.
So do you think the Simpsons people actually gave a shit, or do you think that was just like Disney Fox like trying to like get Simpsons in the headlines through the Michael Jackson?
Definitely headlines. Yeah,
No one gives a shit anymore. It's all just headlines. But I mean, I feel like
cancel it, please.
I'm waiting for the episode with Mel Gibson to disappear, and maybe every episode with Dr. Hibbert, because he's based off Bill Cosby, to disappear. Like I'm waiting for them to just like say, look at guys, we're so cool. We got rid of these episodes on TV, but you can still stream it.
And they're still on
whatever.
the DVD releases from earlier too. And
Yeah.
No, they're not. I just told you they're going back and
I
deleting
better
them
protect
off
my
the back
DVDs so that the Fox people don't come and change them.
Oh man.
You're gonna put in your DVD and the title screen where you get to choose the episodes, and that particular episode is going to Marty McFly and like just Back to the Future disappear.
What it'll
Oh
do-
no.
Doc, they're removing all the episodes from the
You know what?
Simpsons,
You know
Doc.
those
Oh,
messages
man.
that pop up when you put in a DVD where it's like FBI warning, piracy is bad, don't do this. Commentary is opinion of people, not us, sort of thing. What they'll do is they'll put up a new one where it's like, if you watch episode 5F02, you support child molestation. So if you don't want to support child molestation, don't watch this episode, or else you are a child molester by proxy.
No, they need it.
Oh.
Oh,
They need
man,
to animate
child.
Whoopi Goldberg sitting in front of, like, just talking to him, like, explaining the problematic problem
why not
from
just
the
do the-
past.
Why not just do the
In a
Warner
modern
Brothers thing where they
context.
released those old racist Looney Tunes cartoons, but they gave a message before that said that, this is what was the normal, and this was what was normal at the time. It's not right then, and it isn't right now, but that doesn't mean we're going to pretend it didn't exist. That is yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
reference to Whoopi Goldberg, because I think Whoopi Goldberg does a lot for a lot of the racist stuff.
I think maybe since we keep rebooting a bunch of shows, I say we should reboot the Menstrual Show.
Moving
for the
on.
new era.
The dead silence afterwards.
We should
Everyone, let's okay. I mean, like the problem with Blackface is that it has a historical bad reputation, So I think if we use Blackface for good and we change the reputation, I think we could
the Sarah
salvage
Silverman
it.
program literally did an episode on this.
Damn.
Like,
Well, did it
legit
work?
this exact plot.
Did it work?
No, that episode was really fucking funny though, because like, okay, I'm gonna spoil the overarching plot of the episode. So basically, Sarah wants to get into a tennis club, and the person there's like, "Oh, you don't have a membership, so you can't get in." And Sarah's like, "Oh, I understand." She goes to her friends at the cafe they usually hang out with. "I didn't get in because I'm Jewish," and then she gets into an argument with a black man about which one is being harder, like black or Jewish. So they eventually decide they're going to switch races for a day. And Sarah dresses up in really offensive blackface. And she goes, and I quote, "I look like the beautiful Queen Latifah."
Oh.
And
Sorry, what is this? What are you talking
the Sarah Silverman program, one of the most underrated comedy shows ever that got fucking snubbed hard.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, so she goes and she acts like she's black, but people are obviously very fucking offended by her. They go, "That's disgusting," and she's like, "I had no idea being black was so hard," and she's completely missing the point. And then she goes, and then later she meets up with the same black guy, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't realize how hard it was being black." And then he turns around wearing a hammock and a curly wig and a big nose, and he's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know how hard it was either." And then they're like, "I guess we'll have to agree to disagree." And then Sarah becomes a blacks' right advocate through a big misunderstanding. It's just so... I'm not going to spoil the ending either, because the ending is the best part, but please go watch that episode. It's so fucking funny.
Hey, Ralph, look at me. I'm black now. Look at me, Ralph.
Yeah. Guess who also worked on the Sarah Silverman program? Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon.
Oh, also the guy who created Scud the Disposable Assassin, Rob Schraub.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't
Rob
think
Schraub.
Dan worked on it too long. I'm pretty sure he got fired after 3 episodes.
Yeah, that sounds like Dan Harmon.
Yeah, that does.
Peggy Kitsu said, "Didn't Doug Walker do blackface?" I don't know.
Did
He
he?
did whiteface. He did whiteface.
He's already white.
Yeah.
No, he made Malcolm do whiteface.
Oh,
He wrote that in.
Oh.
The only person I know-
Oh no! What?
Yeah, they were doing The Shining, and Malcolm's like, "The black guy always dies first. What do I do?" So then Doug Walker makes him go in whiteface.
Look,
hilarious.
Dave Chappelle did it. It was funny, so it's fine. Don't worry. It's funny. Dave Chappelle did
Well, the
it.
only person I know who did blackface was
Well, yeah, but Dave Chappelle was
Jimmy
black.
Kimmel.
We're getting into those heated race
All
topics,
right.
aren't we?
Let's-
I'm just really curious how we got to this from
Michael-
Japanese toys.
Michael Jackson.
That's the magic of the Pizza
Oh.
Party podcast.
Michael Jackson put on whiteface involuntarily.
What do you mean involuntarily? He voluntarily did that.
No.
He had a skin condition.
It's not his fault. That's why I say involuntary.
He had a skin condition, and he could have just not painted himself white. I mean, I don't give a shit either way. I'm not saying he's a racist.
It was a good
I'm just
idea
saying.
at the time.
Was it?
I mean, it was the 2000s. We were all doing crazy shit,
God forbid I see a man with a skin condition.
Yeah, he's got the pigmentations, of the skin. Or else it gets the hose again. So was Michael innocent or guilty? What do you guys think? Tell us your thoughts.
I don't know.
Someone told us to stop talking about politics. I'm like, you guys are talking about Michael Jackson.
Might be being sarcastic.
No, we were talking about the race politics.
Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
kind of zoned out because you guys are just talking about weird
Well, a lot of
stuff.
Yeah,
people-
but, okay.
But,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You guys can't escape the question. Was Michael guilty or innocent? You had to say it.
I don't know. I don't know the information. I'm not going to
Yes or no, motherfucker?
I don't know until I see all the information and I watch it
Off
and
the
then I
top of your head,
internalize it.
with what you know right now, yes or no, is he guilty or
I'm not
innocent?
in a person of sexual misconduct based on like a hunch.
Look.
People watch one documentary and think they know the entire story.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Like documentaries are inherently biased to begin with. So
Unless it's about penguins or something. Then it's usually pretty neutral.
Yeah, unless you're watching Farce of the Penguins. Remember that?
Oh.
No.
Wait, what's the penguin one where they're in prison?
Oh, Penguins Behind Bars.
Oh, I meant like, March of the Penguins or like, nature documentaries where it's like, we're going to film this bird and we're going to tell you about the bird and then it's going to be a bird and then you're done. That doesn't really require partisan.
Did anyone ever watch Surf's Up 2 WrestleMania?
No, but Paige is in it and I like her. She's a bird. So what's your guys' favorite penguin movie? Like Happy Feet, Surf's Up, Surf's Up 2,
I don't watch.
Surf's Up
I don't
3.
watch
Penguin and the Pebble and the Penguin?
Oh yeah.
like Happy Feet.
Pebble and the Pussy Popper.
Happy Feet's weird, but I like it.
So onto an actual topic.
Macaulay
how
Culkin
about the-
said MJ was innocent, and I believe him.
How's that Sonic movie design feeling
Yeah,
with
let's talk about
everybody?
Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't believe I'm excited about talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Michael Jackson did some music for Sonic the Hedgehog, supposedly, allegedly.
Oh my God.
It was confirmed real though.
Michael Jackson has dipped his fucking toes in too much properties. Now we'll never escape him.
It's almost like you can't erase somebody's legacy, regardless of what modern times judge them as.
Adolf Hitler did nothing wrong.
He didn't make bad, so... Well, I mean, no, he didn't make the song bad. I didn't say... Hang on, never mind.
He did. Yeah, he didn't make bad. Exactly, Pan.
No!
Pan's an anti-Semite.
Oh,
everybody,
no,
get at it.
But I own every
not me.
Spielberg movie on VHS.
I'm not a Jew. Oh wait, sorry, that's George Lucas.
I own every Spielberg movie on VHS. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, let's wind it back. Let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog again for the 10th time.
Did you know that Sonic's original design was a combination of Santa Claus and Michael Jackson and the color blue?
And Bill Clinton, who got his DS.
Santa's colors, because that appealed more to the American markets. Michael Jackson's shoes, because that also appealed to the American market. Bill Clinton's American attitude of getting shit done. And Sega Blue. And Mickey Mouse, because obviously every cartoon character is based off Mickey Mouse in some way. So... But yeah, so the Sonic movie design, I fucking don't like it at all.
I do. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off and say one positive thing about it.
Go for it.
I do like. I think the little white tuft between the two eyes is like a really clever way of having that cake and eat it too.
Agreed.
I mean, it's not my like. It's. I mean, like I'm not happy with it, but I think that's something that was really clever and that should be acknowledged. Now let's all rail it, just dogpile on how crappy it is.
Why is
Let's
he
do this.
ripped? That was my biggest question. Is like, why is he like have toned musculature? He's a hedgehog.
I guess my theory is that maybe they're trying to make him like some sort of yeti monkey creature that lives in the forest. I don't know.
He's a hedgehog.
I think he's mostly human proportioned and muscular, so they can do a motion capture.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't understand why they would have an acrobatic character and like make him motion captured, because like the whole point is that Sonic can do like crazy acrobatic feats, and then you're gonna mocap that. I mean, like I guess mocap maybe the talking portion.
Assuming they do mocap him.
I mean,
What?
that's the only thing I could think of for changing his proportions so much.
But what happened to just traditional animation? Just get like 5 people in and just animate him.
No, Soul, because then it won't appeal to general audiences, and we can't sell toys. Dummy. What do you know, dummy?
But consider the Oh.
No, but that's seriously what people think. They seriously think that we had to have this live action thing because like we had to like compromise when we didn't. But you know,
Nobody
go off,
is
I
going
guess.
to want to buy a figure of that freakish looking Sonic. They're going to be able to feel his thighs, and that's not good.
I disagree. Okay. I'm going to cut you off right there because I've learned the one thing I've learned on this internet from whenever you talk about anything is that there's going to be someone who grows up to this movie and remembers it fondly. In 10 years, there's going to be someone super nostalgic about this particular Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's playing the long
Yeah.
game,
I know
though.
that.
I mean, jeez.
I know, but I'm just saying that to say that no one's going to find this attractive is just it's not a factual statement because I already had people argue for it.
Yeah. Somebody in chat, Negi Kitsu says, wasn't the Sonic design said to not be finalized? I don't know where that's been taken from because I doubt anybody from the studio has commented on it because they don't want to comment on a leak and spread it even further.
Yeah.
However, I will say that the render, like there are the brand renders, which people think are the real thing, which it's not. It's like meant for like product packaging and stuff. It's like obviously painted. Like the people who think that's the final render are idiots and shouldn't be listened to.
Oh.
However, there was a leak of his actual render and the apparently Kids Choice Award promo where he's like running towards the camera and he looks like he's about to jump out of the screen and like chew on your face.
Fucking kill me, yes.
Those look more finalized, and the only things I think that could be touched up on are like certain like details. Like they couldn't like just redo him from the ground up. I don't think.
Oh shit.
They could. It would be costly, but I don't see them doing that because delaying a movie just for redesigning something that a admittedly small vocal minority, like I'm willing to say that in the broad general audience, including everybody who might go see this movie, people who like are loyal Sonic fans who don't like this design, like me, are the vocal minority because this movie's not made for any of us.
Geocentric.
So.
It's made for
Geocentric in the chat says Sonic doesn't have blue arms. Doesn't he have blue arms in the Sonic Boom line of things?
Yeah.
that don't
He
count.
doesn't. I like the Sonic Boom designs too. Like I didn't even hate them initially. I was just like, this looks weird. Like I prefer Boom Knuckles over regular Knuckles too.
I agree.
I said-
Thank you.
I did a review
Yeah.
of Sonic Boom, and I
Wow,
said that he
maybe-
looks like a half-empty roll of toothpaste.
Fuck
Oh.
you! Ah!
I just want live action Sonic to get a bandana, like
Yeah,
a neckerchief
Losing his
thing.
hair.
Like the problem is that like my biggest problems with the design, people seem to think, oh, it's because it's Sonic. No, it's because the design itself and the conceit behind it makes no fucking sense. Like, let's take Sonic, this cartoony character, and put him in the real world. We have to like actually like put him into the real world, etc. Which is like, okay, fine, you don't have to, but if that's your idea. So their idea is let's give him a realistic human-looking body and like actual like fucking Nike Jordans or whatever, but then keep his cartoony head. But we can't have it be too cartoony, so let's give him like a more realistic hedgehog face, but still give him the Disney eyes. But then like he's a runner, but we're not going to give him any socks because that just looked too weird and looked too human. So it's like, pick one. God.
Well, they're selective about what clothing they give him. Like, why do they give him white hands? Just give him gloves. You already gave him shoes.
Yeah, exactly. But that's my point. They're like, it's just like, it's like half like artistically motivated, but also half by the committee, and then somebody what the fuck they're doing, which is Tim Miller.
You know what I'm wondering? Is Tails and Knuckles gonna show up?
No,
What?
just Sonic and Eggman.
What the
Everybody else is an OC in the real world, so it's basically going to be
I
the
was just gonna
Smurfs.
say,
What
this is
the
gonna be a kind of
fuck?
thing where it's like Sonic starts out in Sonic Land and doing his thing, and then some sort of portal opens or they discover some kind of transportation thing, and then they go to the real world and he's like, "Well, look at me, I'm buff," or something like that. And then that's why he looks like
Oh.
crap, is because there'll probably be like a part of the movie in the beginning where he looks normal, but then he gets transported to the real world or something, and then he changes form into this whatever the hell it is.
May I make a
would-
comment here?
Yeah,
I just made a realization. If Sonic's coming from Sonic World to the real world, this is completely the opposite of the Mario movie.
It's the same as Sonic
Oh,
In
X,
which
though.
Mario's a
no.
human going into Mario World.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
that?
the old Mario movie. Okay, the 91 one.
Yeah, the Mario movie.
Yeah, but it
best
is the
Mario
same as
movie.
Sonic.
but also
With Sonic with Jamo.
but also because I'm massively autistic, I've done my research. I saw the Ladysmith town hall meeting where they discussed filming locations. Also, can I just say, sidebar, how fucking satisfying it is to hear Sonic the Hedgehog come up in a government meeting. Anyway,
Yeah.
so back on topic. They basically pitched it like E.T., which I assumed at first was just like to get laymen to understand what kind of movie they were going for.
Mhm.
But from what I've been researching in air quotes, but from what I've been seeing, it's essentially the movie's going to be like Sonic is like this, like he's like lonely, a lone wolf, and he wants friends or whatever, and he and Tom meet up and they're unlikely friends or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So apparently the idea is that he's going to be in the real world already, but that's just like
That's literally the
conjecture.
Woody Woodpecker film.
It is literally the Woody Woodpecker film. Exactly. It is exactly that.
Well, he looks like Woody Woodpecker. Like he has the same face.
Oh,
Woody
this
Woodpecker
reminds
is more
me-
faithful.
Speaking of Woody Woodpecker, in my town there's this bar called Peckers, and their logo is a stolen image of Woody Woodpecker.
It is Texas, so it's not that.
I'm assuming. I guess it's like a knockoff of Hooters, so I'm concerned with the Peckers insinuates.
Dick.
Yeah.
Though I do want to say that like I don't necessarily agree with everyone that like wants a 2D or a like super cartoony Sonic the Hedgehog on screen. Like because like people are like, look, the McDonald's commercial has a 2D Sonic and it looks realistic enough. And I'm like, I think people can believe a cartoon clip art version of a character can exist in a 30-second commercial. But I don't know if that could really work in a full-fledged film, unless it's a Roger Rabbit scenario.
I mean, look at the Pokemon movie that's coming out. They essentially look like the characters, just fuzzier.
Yeah, but they also do play it completely straight too. So like in the Sonic movie, who knows how they're like, and also people are like saying, oh, you just hate the live action design no matter what. Like I've seen fans who like do minimal like liquify tool edits of the character. Like the exact same model. I posted it in recording chat. I'll post it in the don't inspect
that
element.
looks good.
So
That looks
good.
like with his non-circular eyes.
The one on the right. The one on the right, like this from Lady GT's. Go follow her, by the way. She's very talented. Legit, like she also was the one who did the Sonic and like with realistic textures, but like she also did this, and all she did really was add gloves and then liquify tooled his proportions a little bit, and he looks infinitely better, but still is practically the same design. So
yeah, like if it was if that was what we're looking at right now, I legitimately would have literally no problem.
Me too. I'd be like, I would still rather have the fucking CGI Sonic, but like if I have to compromise, then I'd compromise with the one on the right rather than the one on the left.
Yeah, it's kind of like that when that Michael Bay TMNT was coming out, and people photoshopped the turtles to look like more like the '80s cartoon. And you know what? I don't have a point for this. That movie was pretty bad.
I thought the Sonic movie was going to be like, there's a little kid who wants to be a great runner, but he sucks at running, and then through some happenstance, he meets Sonic the Hedgehog, who's like a great runner, and he can't keep up with it, but this little kid is scrappy and can do his own things, like hack computers or something like that. And then he and Sonic have to team up to take down Dr. Eggman, and Sonic's like, at the end, during the second act, falling action, he's like, it's okay, Tommy, you don't need to run fast, because you're good in your own right. And then they do the thing, they beat the bad guy, and then at the end, Tommy runs and he gets like in a marathon, and he wins because Sonic was such a ding-dang impression on him that he summoned the courage to win. And then everything is great, and everyone goes home and farts rainbows, and it's great. Everything's awesome.
Yeah.
At least we got Disney to animate Sonic for a combined total of 30 seconds.
Yay.
And then his rich parents come back.
From
Yeah,
both
Nick.
movies.
It's like, are you my mom?
Okay, new pitch. Let's throw out Sonic the movie, or no, we'll keep the Sonic the movie.
Mhm.
We'll take out the CGI models, but instead we'll get the people that animate it Mania. It'll be a pixelated 16-bit Sonic on screen at all times.
Ew, fuck no. I don't want that. My Sonic art book, I spent like $100 on it. It was like supposed to be this really big, awesome art book, was mostly just like blown up sprite sheets. It was terrible.
Oh, I think there was like some Capcom or Mega Man art book that just literally stole sprite sheets from like Spriter's Resource, and they even forgot to remove the little these sprites were ripped up by this guy thing.
Oh yeah,
That's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
Can I? I'm gonna have an ego here and just throw in a little bit. So the DuckTales remastered game, they have like a little special features on it. And I ripped the original DuckTales NES images for the Spriter's Resource. And I noticed that they have like a behind the scene things, and the sprite sheets they use has the exact same green color that I use for the background mine. So I got really excited to see, even though it's not really my work because all I did was play a game, screenshot it, and collect the sprites. But it was just kind of cool that like I helped in a very minuscule way. Made me happy, made me smile.
Yeah.
But speaking of Sonic, like one of the next videos is going to be Sonic X. It's not going to be the next one because the next one is Nickelodeon Movies Part 3, which we can talk about later. But Sonic X, like it retold the story of Adventures 1 and 2. And they redid the intro to Sonic Adventure 2, the most awesome first level to a video game ever. And
butchered it.
The show is just so out of energy and just like it just does the most half-assed job with that opening.
It's funny you say that, as if that wasn't like a running theme throughout seasons 1 and 2.
Wasn't Sonic X just the plot lines from the games, but worse because they added Chris to it?
Pretty much.
Yes.
I mean, as a child, I was like, whoa, this is going over Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, and it has all these characters who weren't in the other cartoons. This is great. And nowadays, I look back on this cartoon with just, this sucks.
Yeah, no, Sonic X legit sucks the soul out of my ass. I helped a Robo Buddies make her video on it. And legit, like, she made me watch the entire series with her. And it was awful. Like, by the end of the second season, we were so fucking miserable and angry at each other. Like, this legit, like, threatened to tear our friendship apart.
Is it weird that when I reviewed the Sonic stuff, Sonic X was my favorite out of all of them?
Wow.
The Japanese version. The English version is ball soup, but the Japanese version's like fine. It's fine.
It's
the Japanese
fine.
version is the Japanese version plays it up as a comedy, which is, whatever, fine, but
We all agree that Sonic Underground is just like the epitome of cheese, though.
The best.
No.
I love. Okay, I have to admit that Sonic Underground has the best intro out of the three, in my opinion. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's like
it's catchy as fuck. It does get in your head.
I'm thinking back to when we had Ian Jones Cordy on the podcast, and he told us that when he was younger, he hated Sonic Underground, and he would go on like Ken Penders forum, and he would just make his own like crappy lyrical parody of the Sonic Underground theme. And I want to know what he wrote.
I think Ken Penders' forums are still up. Like, I'm pretty sure he's way too narcissistic to not take them down.
I think he's very excited about the movie, actually.
No, he's not. He says, "Wow, this is a really bad design." Although he could be friends with one of my characters.
Oh yeah.
My favorite. He's really good at making bad designs. So
he is bad at making. He is good at making terrible, fucking ugly designs. He's a bad writer. He's a bad person. Ken Penders is just literally terrible at everything he does, and it's kind of shocking that a person can be that bad.
My favorite thing is one time, I don't know, there was that whole Trump thing where Trump was trying to deport the dreamers or immigrants and stuff, and like Ken Penders posted a tweet saying, "I relate to the dreamers being deported or whatever, because I too had a struggle with legal issues when I was fighting against Sega."
What?
And Archie Comics.
Yeah, they're totally comparable.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ken Penders is the biggest like troll on the planet. Like, if he's legit like playing us all for fucking fools.
Oh no.
Or if he's just legit a fucking crazy person.
No, look, maybe he's a crazy person, but I don't know. Every time I go to San Diego Comic-Con, I see his booth, and I don't know, he always looks like a sad old man, and I feel like, what if I'm there 50 years from now at MomoCon, like a sad old man, and the podcast disbanded?
The difference between...
Sorry, Rojo
sorry,
Bear,
go
are you
ahead.
talking to me? Saying I liked the third season of Sonic X? Anyway, go on.
The third season of Sonic X is good. Like, it's really
I think it's all right. I mean, it's more interesting than the first two seasons.
Yeah, the first 2 seasons are
I don't know
garbage.
if I'd go that
They're
far.
trash.
They,
They
to me,
belong in the, they belong in the trash.
the series like was just sort of like the whole time. It didn't really peak or fall. It was just kind of flatline the whole time. But the third season kind of made me raise an eyebrow a little bit.
I mean, the third season is basically just Sonic with Gundam in it, but
I didn't think it was better than Voltron because I hadn't watched Voltron yet. I've seen it now, but I don't know if you were talking to me, but yeah, I've seen Voltron now, and that's a whole different carton of cigarettes. So we'll go at it.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Tron?
I've seen the original Tron.
Why you say it like that?
I'm pretty sure it's a Simpsons reference.
Oh, did anyone see
yeah.
the movie Tron? No. Yes. I mean, no. Sorry.
This is
no.
completely unrelated to the topic at hand, nor anything we've talked about in this podcast, but I'm going to share it anyway. Today, March 10th, 2019, at 5:58 p.m. Eastern Time, somebody tweeted, I actually never knew what Two Girls, One Cup actually was, so I decided to look it up. Frowny face.
Oh, that's sad. This reminds me, like, if you go...
I'm old.
If you look up Harlem Shake and you on YouTube and you look up most recent, like, from, like, today or the last week, there are still people making Harlem Shake videos.
Oh, boy.
No.
I bet people are still
they're
doing
not
the mannequin
corporations?
challenge.
They're just
Planking.
They're just like random people just doing it.
Oh, we should talk about two things. First of all, Wendy's, which I love Smug Wendy, but recently they started a Twitch stream.
What?
To where they're Wendy's, the official Wendy's has a Twitch stream in which they play Fortnite.
Oh.
And for the 5 minutes I watched, there's no commentary. There's just Wendy's propaganda advertisements.
That's disturbing.
Yeah,
This is
Go
this
ahead.
is the worst 1984 Orwellian future I could have asked for.
This is idiocracy.
I don't know. I don't think that brands trying to be relatable is good or funny. I just think it's like very cringe, to be honest.
It's funny because it's cringe, but now it's getting like way out of hand. Like, stop immediately. Like smug anime Wendy's was one thing, but now like Wendy's trying to like Sunny D trying to have fake a mental breakdown is like, that's cursed.
That's me.
That's very cursed.
Well, because I'm not an expert on this, but I think the first one was Denny's to do it, where they just did a lot of shit posting and like editing images with breakfast foods, and it was weird and like no one understood it, but that kind of made it appealing.
Shit posting is fine by
And
me.
then,
It's trying to be like relatable.
And then Taco Bell's Twitter was really like funny for a bit there. Like because normally corporations wouldn't let people say whatever the fuck they want. They would like have to like, go through 5 people, approve market test to see if it's a good tweet or something, or it'd be like advertisements. But then like I remember someone like, hey, Taco Bell, if you delivered on 420, you would make more money. Oh, trust us, we're going to make plenty of money. And then like the smiley emoji. And it was like, that was cool. And then Wendy's went out, like knocked out of the park with having like a better aggressive AI. And then Arby's did the artwork, which was cool. But then did you guys see Arby's trying to do the waifu thing?
Yeah, that was very desperate.
Who's supposedly 50 years old, but they look like, I don't know, a 20-year-old chibi.
I'm just more pissed that you have curly fries as your staple fry, and you did not give your character curly fry hair.
Yeah.
Come on. Missed opportunity.
I'm so hungry, I could eat at Arby's.
I'm so hungry, I could puke.
Ew.
It's like
I think they should like get that Wendy's stream and just get some, I don't know, cosplayer to do it, and she talks like fucking Harley Quinn.
That'd be great. I mean, when I clicked on it, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting some kind of paid model to be, a 20-something, 25-year-old like woman in a red wig and a blue outfit, and just having like pre-made like insults that were written by some writer that they say insulting the people, and that would have been great. I would have been okay with it. It would have been cringy, but it would have been on point.
I'm tired of every single place I go, somebody is trying to force their dumb shit down my throat. And I would like that to stop with corporations, but now the corporations are getting into it too, and it's tiresome. It is tiresome to see all of
Fandom
these
wars.
ships, because if you're someone like me who does not like romance and thinks the idea of shipping is dumb, it's really annoying, to be honest.
Rude.
It is.
That is my
Also,
opinion.
Rude.
like building off of what Izzy said, like I agree. Like when they were just doing like their own little like shtick, like either posting a meme or just like being sassy to like somebody who's like shitting on their brand or whatever, like fine, that's what a brand does. That's the point. And it was like self-contained to their Twitter, and it was like funny for like a second, and then you could just move on with your day. Now it's like, here's our waifu. We made her. You guys should draw her, but also like go to Arby's and buy our food.
Oh.
And also, we're just like you guys. We
It's
swear.
so like
And then
it's
Sunny
so
D is
how
like,
do you do, fellow kids of these corporations?
it's not even how do you do, fellow kids, at this rate. It's more just like kind of borderline invasive now, and it's like creepy. Like okay, man, you stop, please. Just stop.
I would say that it's mostly when it's organic and it's like lightning hits type of thing. But when the first person does it, it's cool. But you know that like every single other corporation is currently trying to figure out how to mimic it and milk off the success.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of over it, you know?
Yeah. Serpico's right. Corporations have reached a new level of cringe. Well, yeah, there's like two facets of the cringe. There's like the OC meme shitposting corporation side, and then there's the wokenomics corporation side, where it's like we're against men being men apparently, and we're against child labor, even though we probably profit off of child labor, and we are fair trade, even though we aren't fair trade. And
Remember when Coke slipped in a they them pronoun into one of their commercials, and they were like, glad you saw us, we value diversity, and then immediately after somebody put down Coca-Cola supported Colombian death camps or something.
It's not the corporation's place to do this. They are giant faceless corporations. We don't need them to be relatable. We just want them to produce the products that we will buy.
That's the thing, though, that like the more relatable they are, the more likely someone is to buy their product, because now they have a personal attachment, quote unquote. It's a parasocial relationship they're trying to like manufacture for profit.
A lot of our stuff is run by corporations. In particular, there was a hate crime bill, Bill 12, that was being discussed. I was there a couple weeks ago at the State House, and literally no one gave a shit as far as the Senate until people start mentioning, if we don't pass the hate bill crime or the hate crime bill, corporations won't work with us. There's people that are like moving other places, and all of a sudden it's now important to have a hate crime bill.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say something.
corporations, money.
No, it was like,
capitalism.
didn't we already sort of went through this phase in the 80s and 90s when there was like lax advertisement laws, and so children were advertised to way more than they are nowadays, not counting the internet. I just mean like television and stuff like that, with these invasive advertising. Yeah, and they created these whole scenarios around advertisement, like G.I. Joe and Strawberry Shortcake. These are the brands now that people have a real emotional attachment to because of how invasive the advertising one it was, especially stuff like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's and at a certain point in the early 2000s, people got really tired of that, and you could see that with sort of the anti-establishment counterculture that was going on, especially with the rise of the internet. Now that corporations are trying to get back into this invasive advertisement with internet advertising, really trying to be more, inject themselves into the young people's lives, I feel like history is repeating itself, but eventually there's going to be some sort of legislation that comes along and be like, all right, guys, stop with the OC waifu stuff. You need to stop doing that because we're going to make it illegal.
So what you're saying is we're eventually, in the next decade or two, going to have a fan who works their way up the chain and pitches a Arby's waifu dark anime in the vein of like Goblin Slayer, and Arby's is like, fund it.
Well, okay. With Soul's scenario of like courts getting involved to stop advertisements, and this particular way, say this fictional version where corporations can't be personable, does that just mean corporations can't have Twitters?
No, they could have
Or do
Twitter
they regulate?
just to tell us the things that they need to tell us. Twitter.
What is the thing they need to
this
tell
new
us?
product that's coming out. You guys should buy it.
Yeah.
Or
So only advertisements, not.
what they need to do,
I think
what they need to do is make it clear that what they're doing is an advertisement. Because technically speaking, uploading an OC waifu of Arby's is not an advertisement, despite the fact that it is an advertisement.
But it is though. It has a hashtag. I mean, technically, I would argue that anything they post on their Twitter is an
Right, but
advertisement.
it's not specifically
Yeah,
said so.
but-
And keep in mind that young people can't always differentiate an advertisement from a thing, like a story or a character. So if these young people are looking at Arby's
Mhm.
Twitter and being like, aha, teehee, Arby's OC, they're technically propagating this brand without even realizing it. They've fallen for the advertisement. So I think the legislation would be introduced to show that these things need to be specified as advertisements, and then people will stop doing them because it's like, oh, well, I don't want to put in that extra effort to do that.
Well, I mean, how would you do that? Would you just have a little gray text underneath any tweet that says this is an advertisement
Like
reminder?
they had to,
YouTube does that.
Yeah,
actually.
I think that could work.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
YouTube does that too, and Twitter sometimes does it with their paid promotional tweets.
yeah, but the
so
more
Yeah.
people,
it's not entirely
Right,
out
the
of the
more
question.
No, I'm
the
not.
more
I'm
companies
just.
have to do that,
I'm
the
just
less they'll
like-
want to do it. Because like, oh, the more work they have to put in to advertise, the less they'll want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
bas-
with that
bas-
particular one, you would have to register your Twitter as a brand Twitter, and then there should be a reminder after every tweet they post, no matter what, that specifies reminder. This is a
Exactly.
brand.
instead of the check mark, it's like maybe like a dollar sign.
Well, it's like when you advertise something in a video and you're endorsing it. If you don't put that it's an endorsement or that you were paid, it's a paid product placement or something, that's illegal and you could go to jail for it. So I think that right
Mhm.
now the internet advertising laws are lax, so these corporations can do this stuff. But eventually, I'm certain that it will get to a point where legislation has to be introduced, where it's like, you guys are out of control with this, so we're gonna have to crack down. We're gonna have to crack down on you for doing this.
Mhm.
Do you guys remember when they got rid of all mascot characters? Because like
from
well,
where?
in the 2000s, almost all. Well, keep in mind that in the 2000s, almost every fast food place had like a kids section mascot character.
Oh
they
yeah.
could-
Yeah.
Well,
animated
you can blame
commercials.
Super Size Me for that.
Yeah,
Right,
Super
and-
Size Me did that.
So like they all had to get rid of them except for McDonald's got to keep Ronald McDonald exclusively for the fact that they did an agreement. They got like around it because on Toon Disney, McDonald's would have these like little like 30-second workout videos
Oh,
with
yeah.
Ronald McDonald. So they were advertising McDonald's while also telling kids to get up and run around for a second.
Get your ass off, kids. Go fucking run.
I do miss the wacky world of Ronald McDonald. though.
No.
No, I loved them as a kid. I loved it
You
so
ever-
much.
When was okay? As a kid, I remember going to like those play places in
Mhm.
McDonald's, and they would always have like Dr. Mario or Mario Tennis, and the controller would always be bitten, or just like the thumbstick would be removed. You know,
Yeah,
good
Fucking
days.
animal
the
children.
McDonald's that was near my house, we went there and there was like GameCube demo station, and they had like WarioWare and Luigi's Mansion, and that was cool. That's one of
Damn.
those.
You had GameCube, but we were stuck with 64.
No, the old McDonald's I went to before we moved had an
Damn.
N64 setup. Yeah, and it had Mario Party as well. But the one I remember fondly was the GameCube one, playing WarioWare with my brother. That's like super duper nostalgic for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But just to nip this advertising conversation in the bud, I feel since children have always been advertised to in invasive ways, I think it's also part of a personal responsibility to be educated and know when you're being advertised to, and know, how to not like fall into traps
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
the only reason
Or
Jake Paul is
parents, parental
the only reason
parents.
Jake Paul is as successful as he is because there isn't all of this legislation. Well, I mean, there technically is, but the internet is lax right
Legislate YouTube.
now. Yeah, they're
It doesn't need. I don't think it needs government intervention on that as far as that. But like parents need to like know what the fuck their kids are watching
agree.
and know.
I agree
Well, no,
that
How to teach
Jake
them.
Paul, I think, actually goes against YouTube terms and services because, like, I think your advertisement can't be more than like 2% or 10% of
also
your video.
specify
and,
that
like-
it's an advertisement.
Yeah, and like almost all his videos are just talking about biased merch, and like I
Oh.
think it's like 70% of his videos.
I agree that if there's a crackdown
Lindsay-
on it, it'll be bad for everybody, not just Jake Paul. But that's the thing is, legislation is introduced when people push so hard that there's no other option but to introduce legislation. And that will come
Yeah.
eventually. You've seen people who do videos, they're like 10 minutes long, and they put like 9 mid-roll ads on it. There will be a point where they will limit the
no.
control of advertisement on YouTube. I mean, YouTube is trying to control every other aspect of what uploaders can do. So it's coming.
Lindsay Ellis did a really good video on this topic. That's really well researched. So go watch her. Go watch Lindsay Ellis in general.
And Nerd
She's
City
great.
did a really good video on Jake Paul too and his advertisement stuff.
Yeah. I think somebody mentioned that too. Yeah. So go watch that Nerd City video. I'm going to get that link from you, Soul.
Here, I will share
so
it in the chat if you want to see it.
I think advertisers can be our friends, if we just open up to them.
leave it to Pan to just take everything we've been talking about for the past 20 minutes and
What
just
could go
completely
wrong?
contradict it.
Remember, they're not your friend. What they're there for is to take your money. That's all a corporation wants. And as soon as you are not giving them money, here, this is Nerd City's video. As soon as you are not giving them money, they don't give a shit about you.
Oh man, no, buddy, come on, Wendy's, please don't leave me.
It's
Don't take the kids.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
No, wait, Wendy's, please take
It's
the
like
kids.
how people with video gaming, they're like,
Wendy says that take is not
yeah,
fresh.
but like with video
Oh.
gaming, people like Sony
Yeah.
personally cares about what I feel. Microsoft cares about me. Nintendo cares about me.
Don't they?
They do not care about you because as soon as you are not
No.
giving them money, they don't care about you.
Don't say that.
Pan's gonna cry. Soul, stop it! No.
I like how we're talking about we're literally talking about corporations and advertisement, and somehow Pan found a way to make him a victim in the scenario.
What did I do wrong? I thought Wendy's girl would bone me.
Oh my god.
Maybe in your dreams, and if you buy a double bacon cheeseburger with a side of fries and a Frosty.
Wendy's girl be like, she'd be boning me, and she'd be like, "Where's the beef?" And then the Seinfeld theme kicks in.
And then you go, oh.
Yeah.
Maybe she might put a finger in your double stack.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm sorry that the worldview is so cynical, but yeah, the corporations they
Sucks.
Everything
we gotta
sucks.
like make corporations friendlier again.
this is
We
what
gotta,
they're trying to
find a
do.
way.
This is exactly what they're trying to do with the Twitter stuff. They're trying to be more how do you do
Well,
politics.
excuse them for reaching out a branch of olives.
We're gonna make you pay for
Nestle
those
can
olives,
be
though.
like, hey guys, for every pack of water bottles you buy, we'll donate 1 cent to Flint, Michigan. Meanwhile, they keep like having a reserve on water and selling it to Flint, Michigan. Perfect.
Go.
We could be friends again real quick with Nestle.
Nestle, please, I want to be friends again with you. Please keep screwing over Flint, Michigan and making them suffer, please.
Did you know the Nesquik Bunny's voice actor was the same as Donatello in the original Ninja Turtles?
Jesus.
So, in other news, what else do we got on tap for today, bros and gal pals?
Well, I was thinking we could talk about what's it called the Nickelodeon movies I got to cover for the next video.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking Enter the Florpus and Static Clean are done. They're finished, but they're not being released.
Yeah.
Fucking Nickelodeon.
Thanks.
Every Nickelodeon to release the goddamn movies.
What about the Invader Zim movie? What's going on with that?
I think they're just gonna dump it on streaming.
Yeah, that's Enter the Florpus. It's the same situation. It's finished. It's done. But there was like a change in guard, and now the new people are like, I don't know if we want to release this. We don't want this. This is not what we want.
There's literally no point to sit on finished material ever.
Okay, yeah, there isn't, but like behind the scenes, they're like, well, we could be airing something else that will make more money,
That's
probably.
the dumbest thing.
Yeah, another SpongeBob marathon.
It is stupid, but like that's probably like the thought process. Like it could cut into our bottom line in some way instead of just not releasing it. We could like maybe put it on a streaming service.
Yeah. Well, most people are just watching streaming anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, like, but the fact is they're not even doing that. Like, fucking release it. Just do
Nickelodeon
it.
has just been floundering.
You can literally print it on a fucking Blu-ray or DVD, and literally you'd still make money.
Physical
Fuckers.
media, fuck that. Just put it on streaming.
I thought you used to like physical media. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
well, the times changed, pal.
I'm kind of with Pan on this one. I just moved, and I'm kind of thinking about getting a. Could you actually give me your DVD burner, the program you use, and I might just burn all my stuff.
I use
and
Handbrake.
sell. Okay.
Also,
But yeah.
Fun fact, when I first moved into my apartment and had no internet, I was going to watch something on Blu-ray. Turns out the PS4 has a DRM Blu-ray player.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what?
Basically, I can't stream anything unless I'm connected. I mean, I can't watch any Blu-rays unless I'm connected to the internet.
That is so stupid.
That is
Yeah.
bullshit.
It is. Thanks,
Sony
Sony.
loves you. Sony, the
boycott.
corporation that loves you and is your friend.
We could here at the Pizza Party Podcast, we love you. We care about you and your feelings.
Don't
Please
lie,
keep
people,
watching
Nolan.
consumer Well, I mean, I'm obviously lying. That's the joke.
No. Okay, so me, you, Jim, and Pan will all be different versions of the corporation, and we'll get the most people. So you'll be the Wendy's. You'll be smug. Pan will clearly do the pathetic, mental breakdown.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Which one should I do?
Sunny D, Izzy, you can be Coca-Cola and say, "Oh my God, I'm glad you noticed the pronoun. We love diversity," and then you can fund Colombian death squads.
I'll be the woke death squatter.
Yeah, and then Jim can be like the Denny's, where he just posts random shit and like non sequitur thoughts that he barely cobbles together. He does that, by the way. Look at his Twitter.
Oh.
You'll know.
Oh no! Can I be both the woke one, but also find some weird quirky artist thing to post fan art of? Can I be Arby's?
Knock yourself out. Make a Pizza Party Podcast tan or whatever. I don't care.
Okay, awesome.
Level 65 says, I have depression. I'm sorry about that, but that reminds me of something too, just sort of tangentially related. I'm very, very tired of people making mental illness trendy now. Extremely tired of it.
I kind of do that, except I'm just venting because I literally just want to die constantly. I don't know if that counts, but there you go.
Huh? What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. Jeez. That's not what they really said.
I mean, I do think there is a little bit of a scary thing with people popularizing it, but I think there's a fine line between relatability, where people are just making aware, because a lot of people have issues, depression, things like that. And I know I'm very open about stuff between my transition and my mental health. And I know that helped a lot of people. So it really depends. I don't think I'm necessarily making it into a positive thing where hey guys, let's all be depressed. But I do think that it's really easy to jump into the it's trendy thing just because you see a lot of people posting.
It's there was a YouTuber, I don't know, I don't pay attention to other stupid YouTubers, but there was some girl who made some merch, gotta get that merch, and it was she put the definition of anxiety on it as merch. That was the merch, the dictionary definition of anxiety and depression.
Mood.
Yeah, exactly.
Topical.
I mean, that's just the Banksy of merch.
Even Banksy would be wow, this is just sad.
He would put on a
It's
toilet.
good to talk about this kind of stuff, but I think it's better to talk about it with people you know and trust, as opposed to going onto social media and being guys, mood, I have anxiety. My anxiety is
you can call
making
me out.
me not want to do this thing. God, life is so hard.
Soul, you can call me out. It's okay. You can just say it's me.
Sometimes you just need someone to relate to, where it's hey guys, this leg doesn't work. Am I dying? And then someone say, you're not dying, you dumbass. You just need someone to relate to sometimes, You don't have depression like I do. You don't know true
And that's the thing
suffering.
People are starting to turn mental illness into a competition. I do.
Oh man, the mentees. Let's call them the mentees.
I do pitch about. I do pitch evaluations through my studio, so people come to me with their ideas, and I give them feedback as to how they can improve their pitches and stuff. And there was one person who came to me with a pitch, and she pitched me this idea, and I'm like, okay. And she got to the characters part and told me about their personality and everything like that. And then she started listing off their mental illnesses. The main character has OCD and PTSD and depression, and she's trying really hard to manage it. And I'm like, okay, hold on a second. A mental illness is not a personality trait. So why are you doing this? You need to think about the character and not what not a mental illness.
If the mental illness is causing the character's personality to change, etc. And if it's tasteful, I feel like that's fine. Like,
Right. I mean,
the
like
character learning to deal
Well,
with depression, like that's one thing. Like,
That's yeah.
like Tony Stark in the Marvel movies, like a big part of his character is PTSD. So you're saying
Before
that's
they gave
bad?
up
That's
on
not what
that.
I mean. I think they're
Well,
they did give up on
no.
that.
That's not what I meant. I meant more like she didn't describe the character's personality. She described her mental illnesses as a substitute for
Like
personality.
she didn't describe how the mental illnesses affected the character. She just said, "Oh, they have this."
Right,
Just
so
because.
she said, like, the main
Is that what
character
you're
is like
getting
a warrior woman, and she does blah blah blah, and she also has like OCD and PTSD and depression. I'm like, what? Huh?
Did you guys ever talk about Detective Pikachu? No, it looks cool. I thought if we could have a conversation about it, I don't want to do a one-sided conversation. So,
I mean, I think
questions.
it's people who say it's the same thing as the Sonic movie. I think are very misguided and don't
Yeah, they're
understand.
That is
stupid.
a really weird
They're
comparison.
fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it's true.
Yeah, they are morons. Like,
Yeah, fucking stupid indeed.
like Detective Pikachu, like, yeah, it is in the real world, but it's still the Pokemon world. It's just with a real life lens on it, you know? Like, it's not Sonic coming to fucking real world like in Sonic X again and being like, I'm a real hedgehog.
You should voice Sonic. It's so
Yeah,
good.
what's up? It's me,
I
Sonic the
can voice
Hedgehog.
Sonic, I can be radical.
Okay, I want to hear Sonic impression, Pan.
Oh god, hang on. You're too slow. Yeah. Gotta eat this hot chili dog in a seductive way.
Good,
That's how he does it.
good, buddy.
Like, there needs to be a scene in the movie where Sonic eats a chili dog for the first time and he's like, whoa, and he's just like, and he's just like putting it in his mouth, just like in such a fucking phallic way. Like, there needs to be just 10 minutes of him just doing that. And it's just like there, and like the director just does it and everyone questions it and they just leave it in. I'd do that if I was making this movie.
You were so easily impressed with yourself.
Yeah. It's funny. I think it'd be one of those classic moves where it's just like, why is this happening? You know, it'd be viral, you know?
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
time for questions.
It is time for questions. Dave Orwell Garrison asks, what about Warner shutting down Turner?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Warner Brothers is absorbing all of Turner's property, so now Cartoon Network and Boomerang and Adult Swim are going to be under Warner Bros. Like entirely. Like they used to be autonomous, but now Warner Bros. Like has them on the leash. Like they have mitts on and like knee pads, and they're like walking around like gimp dogs. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the
What were we talking about?
Hey, Ratchet Extreme says, what are the movies for the Nickelodeon movie retrospect? There's Rugrats Go Wild, SpongeBob, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, Yours, Mine, and Ours, which fucking sucked, and Mad Hot Ballroom, and maybe if there's time, and it's not already 20 minutes, Nacho Libre.
Are you going to talk about how the first SpongeBob movie actually wasn't that good?
What the fuck is your problem?
It's kind of a bad movie, actually.
No,
Oh shit! You know what? Did you guys talk about Victor Valentino?
looks cute, you know?
I haven't seen it yet. I want to, though, because a friend of ours is working on it.
Yeah, two of our friends, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spencer Rothbell and
Oh, Spencer.
Zach
Oh, yeah, that's
Bellissimo.
right. I haven't talked to Spencer in like 10,000 years. I should message him again.
I just love that
Additionally-
wolf guy.
The one-off villain.
Yeah, shush.
Everybody wants to lynch me because of what I said about the SpongeBob movie. I'm sorry, I can't help it if I'm on my pedestal of high quality.
Also, DuckTales just came back with a episode that plays the moon theme from the NES way too much.
What?
Wait, what?
DuckTales came back with a episode centered around Della Duck, and she's trapped on the moon, and they play it in the background like every other scene, at least 3 or 4 times, and then she also sings it with lyrics in the melody of it, and it's like I feel like it might have been too much. Like if it was like once or twice, I'd be cool with it, but like it happened like 3 or 4 times, and I was just kind of, all right, novelty's worn off.
Oh, I mean, is it like a remix or just the same 8-bit song?
It's not it's a redone version of it, but it's not remixed. It's just a not MIDI version.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, is it from the DuckTales remastered version?
Ooh, it could be. I don't know. I would have to put both of them together and listen.
Serpico23 says, "What is my favorite waifu? I do not have one. I do not like waifus or husbandos. I do not care."
Sad.
So somebody wasn't here earlier.
Yeah, you literally specify you don't like shipping.
Yeah.
Nicksha
you have any
94 says, "Saul, can you replace Pan forever?" No.
No.
Apparently, I'm not liked, so no.
Oh no, we like
remove
you.
Nolan too. We're working on it. God.
Yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet didn't work last week. I'm back.
Yeah, Izzy is so powerful. She survived the Infinity Gauntlet. Literally, all of you dumb cunts like complaining to her, like you can't win because she's so powerful. She can like not get hurt by the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm the Captain Marvel. Which, by the way, I saw that movie this morning, and today's Mario Day. It's March 10th when we record.
Oh yeah, you can buy a bunch of Mario games on Switch for $40.
Oh well, here I'll pop on my Switch and see what I can buy. Let's do this.
I don't know if it'll be on.
Oh
yet,
no, it's not on
maybe.
Switch. It's just like on Best Buy, or you gotta buy it.
It's certain retailers who are capitalizing on the fact that it's
Follow Cheap Ass Gamers Twitter.
Okay, well, actually, I already follow that.
Yeah, Cheap Ass Gamers, rad.
Cheapy D's nuts. So, well, fun fact, a long time ago, I used to listen to the Cheap Ass Gamer podcast, and the reason I put commercials at the end of my videos is because they used to put commercials at the end of their podcast, and I thought, yeah, I should do that. So you can think...
I should steal that.
It's cozy as fuck, though.
Yeah,
I love it.
So you can,
yeah, it is really cool.
You can thank Cheap Ass Gamer for giving me that idea from the start.
Thanks, Cheap Ass Gamer.
So if I ever make another YouTube channel and I decide to do that too, I get to say I stole it from those people instead of you?
Yes.
Mm.
Cool.
Question, getting Monkey Jones back on the podcast. Tell him to ask
I was
me.
going to say the same thing.
Maybe
El Bardo,
we'll
can
see.
you tell Pan to bring Animat onto the podcast? He probably needs to ask himself. Not my bag.
He can be on if he asked, you know.
Make them ask us.
I was on Animat's podcast.
Or we'll ask. How was it?
Oh yeah, well, this was a long time ago because this was back when we were discussing the upcoming Lego Movie 2. So yeah, it's like I haven't seen Lego Movie 2 yet, so I don't know if the news from back then is still relevant.
Let me tell
to
you something about
what the
Lego
final
Movie
product is.
2. I was on the crew.
Oh,
Yeah.
epic!
You sound depressed.
No, I'm just trying
you
not to
do.
be an asshole
You
about
okay?
it.
Oh, what's wrong?
I like how that's just your like cool voice. Like, I don't want to make anything weird, you know, like you're filing down your fingernails or something, smoking a cigarette.
Dude, it's cool, man.
Oh, I thought you were depressed.
Oh, I'm not depressed.
I'm always depressed too.
Oh, I was like, why are you so sad? Did we say something wrong?
No.
I don't know.
Make
Chat
depression
kneecapped me, that's
cool
all.
again.
Yeah.
I'm not depressed. I just got
Oh.
kneecapped. My excitement was high, and now it's low.
Oh.
I'm apparently right.
Pizza _ fanatic asks, when will Pan and Nolan finally fuck?
Oh.
Pan?
This MomoCon.
No.
Pan.
Yeah, we'll do a partner swap. You and Pan together. I'll take Nazca.
Okay, that's fine. Wait, are we partners?
We can be.
Okay, sure. Why not?
I did call you Master earlier, so
That is true. That is true. Somebody else asked a question. I thought we could all pitch in our ideals.
you've kissed me.
Hold on. Oh yeah, we did kiss Izzy. That's
What?
right. We did do that.
You were there,
was that-
Pan.
Yeah, I kissed Izzy at MomoCon, I think.
I'm just gonna go with that. I guess I remember. I don't know. But we still got Patrick Warburton coming.
Oh my god, we can finally make fun of him. Yes.
Why would you make fun of Patrick Warburton?
Yeah.
He does the same voice.
So does Dante Bosco and
DeVito.
hang on, Steve Blum.
I make fun
Tara
of them
Strong
too.
does the same four
Rob
voices.
Paulson.
What's wrong with that? He's got a voice that people want to use, and he uses it.
Yeah.
Dean Biko asks, what Nickelodeon Nostalgia Fest movie would you guys like to see? For me, I want to see Danny Phantom, but only if Steve Marmol comes back to write it.
Oh.
Okay. Speaking of Danny Phantom, on the radio, I was on the way to work to teach, and there was this show called not Danny Danger, Harry Danger, I think
Henry
it is.
Danger,
It's like a show. Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, this is such a dumb name. And then I was like thinking, like, did parents think Danny Phantom was a dumb name?
Parents just
Maybe.
think
Because it's
everything
kind of the
is
same
dumb.
thing. It's a normal name. Yeah.
But,
Look, I mean, there were parents that thought like Pokemon was just going to be a fad and go away, you
Pokemon.
know?
Oops.
it's salty.
That didn't
It's salty
fucking
stuff.
happen.
Says, why do I hate waifus? I just do. Okay.
We
Yeah,
discussed this though.
Oh.
Plus, we also you guys didn't talk about your nostalgia fest
Sorry. Go ahead.
movies.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Your turn. What nostalgia fest movie do you want to see Nickelodeon make?
My life as a teenage robot.
Pan, I literally asked Soul, you fucking piece of
Oh.
shit. I will kill you.
Oh.
Anyway, Soul, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I'm not a nostalgic person. I didn't grow up with Nickelodeon, so I don't really have one.
You wouldn't want to see like an angry
No, okay,
Beavers
you know what? Maybe Jimmy Neutron. If Jimmy Neutron came back, I'd be okay
Yes. Mars Reviews talked about like season 4 of Jimmy Neutron being the darkest yet. I want to see a
I
TV
heard
movie
about that
based on
too,
that
actually.
premise.
Oh,
with
Dark
that. Yeah,
Jimmy
where they're like
Neutron.
they were
Dark
gonna
Jimmy
like
Neutron.
deepen the character interactions, and they were gonna make it more serious. And I'm like, okay. Interesting choice.
Interesting.
Okay, pitch. Here's a pitch. Visual design. I want to see a Jimmy Neutron film, but it's live action, except for they resize all the people's heads.
Oh.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, do it like with
It'd be like NBA
Alita
Jam.
Battle Angel, but with their heads.
or that one music video.
Interesting. These
Do
are all very
like the
interesting
Garbage Pail
ideas.
Kids thing where they just have prosthetic heads.
They're all just mascot heads, like on normal
Yeah.
people's body.
Terrifying.
we do something nice?
Like I remember when I don't know. I wish Uncle Grandpa did that, make some sort of Garbage Pail Kids type of thing
Oh,
in live action. That'd be fucked up.
We don't really want a war. I just want a hoverboard.
There's a kind of like I remember there was this one crazy ass story for Butt Ugly Martian, some sort of legal battle. I gotta look into that. I saved all the sources, but I was too lazy to read them. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Serpico, that's what everybody
Yeah.
wants. That is the movie that needs to be made. There needs to be a Neutron movie with that fat black kid. Sure. That's what I was thinking.
Everybody's only interested in him because of the Mars Reviews video.
Yeah. Hey, look, it was the funniest part of the movie, even back then when I was watching on VHS on a TV that we just hooked into the back of a car.
Hey, Pan,
No,
do you have plans on reviewing the Garbage Pail Kids movie?
Why would I review that?
Review the cartoon.
I don't know.
Izzy, what's your Nostalgia Fest throwback, or is it Jimmy Neutron 2, where you convert
Oh,
it?
it's not Jimmy Neutron. I'm a big fan of Danny Phantom. So
Oh,
You
so
know,
me.
what
You're
if they
on the-
made like
yeah.
a live action Danny Phantom movie like Kim Possible?
because
It
I
wouldn't-
could do
it wouldn't be
I
that
could do
bad.
Danny Phantom, or I could do My Life as a Teenage Robot. Those are like the two Disney or Nickelodeon shows I actually like.
I imagine they're gonna do that. I like for the longest time I've been saying like they're gonna make like Teen Wolf, but Danny Phantom someday. I know it.
I'd be fine with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Kim Possible movie looks all that terrible anyway, so...
Yeah.
Also, question. No, this is a very selfish question. Novi Galaxy 25. Did you know there's going to be a Nancy Drew remake? Yes, it looks like shit.
Oh well, I remember there was a movie back then. Well, in
It
2005
was
or
with
something.
Emma Roberts, yeah.
Who dat?
Julie Roberts' daughter.
Oh, what else she's done?
Scream 4 or 5?
Oh, jolly.
American Horror Story. She's been in some stuff.
Yeah, American Horror Story. Holla.
I usually don't like shitting on actors. Okay, that's a lie. But the person they got for Nancy Drew is really bad. It's really bad.
For this
you
new
guys.
one
It
or
doesn't-
the old one?
The newest one. I've been getting into the Nancy Drew point and click games, and I've been like gifting them randomly to people
Lame.
on sales because I love them. Fuck you. No.
Play a real
Listen.
PC game like Doom or Zumba.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid
Now,
dumbass moron, idiot, fucking
Zumba's
moron.
a classic
Listen,
PC game at this point.
no. Listen, Nancy Drew point and clicks are fucking metal as shit. Listen, okay, so there's like this puzzle where you find this note and it's written in shorthand and in English, but like parts of the letter are written out, like erased out, but the shorthand stays. So you have to go and find like you have to like call your friend and be like, I don't fucking know about shorthand. They're like, oh, I'll send you a link to this like shorthand lesson page, and you learn shorthand, and then like you solve the puzzle and you feel like the biggest galaxy brain person on the planet.
A, you board Pan because he has to read. B,
Yeah.
The best point and click game is Freddy the Fish, arguably.
Did you guys know that in Freddy the Fish they had an animation where Freddy feeds Luther to a fucking piranha?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I did not.
They
What?
actually
I need to find this.
Yeah, it's like a deleted scene, but it's still in the code, and it's translated in other languages. Like, they bothered to translate it.
I need to find Freddy the Fish. They remade it, or they at least ported it to the Wii.
Oh,
and I need to get it.
It's on. I think it's on Steam.
Yeah, good luck downloading the Wii version.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, I kind of want the Wii version.
Yeah, the problem with the old, like,
Why? Why does that matter?
I don't know. I like the idea of playing Freddy the Fish on a modern console.
Yeah,
trying to play
you know,
an
Freddy
Freddy
Fish
Fish game nowadays is a 16-bit game, so good luck trying to play that without messing around with compatibility settings. I tried to play Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego on my computer, and it took me like 3 days of messing around with compatibility to try and get it to work. And it did work, but I couldn't get audio for the QuickTime files. It just wouldn't do it. So, but you know, it did work. I got it to work, and I streamed the whole game.
I just think back to like these YouTubers like LGR, Lazy Game Reviews, or Pushing Up Roses, and how they review old PC games, and it's just like, how did these guys figure this shit out?
Yeah, it's
for Silent Hill 2, I spent like 3 or 4 hours trying to like get it to work and get the enhanced edition. I did, and it was the best shit. It was so good.
Windows compatibility is a pain in the ass. I'll just say that.
How many Freddy the Fishes did they make?
100.
There was like 3 original PC ones, I think.
No, well, because there's Freddy the Fish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then there's also a additional one that just doesn't have a number. It's Freddy Fish and Luther's Maze
I don't know
Madness.
that one. The one I played as a kid was the Missing Kelp Seeds one. That was when I played over and over and over again.
Oh, that's the first one, and that was my favorite. I loved it.
What else
so
I really
much.
liked was Pajama Sam. You ever played Pajama Sam?
Does anyone remember playing this one point and click of the Pink Panther?
I never did.
The Fox one?
No, it was like literally Pink Panther. Never mind.
Did you guys play the Sega Genesis Scooby Doo game where it was kind of a point and click, but
Did not have a Genesis growing up.
No.
Oh, you play as Shaggy and Scooby follows you around, and it was really difficult as a kid to figure out. I bet I could do it now as an adult.
You should try.
Poor dog Shaggy.
Yeah.
I love that thought process. It was really difficult as a kid, but I could probably beat it now as an adult.
Hey, Nolan, you and I wanna do a live stream where I play Scooby Doo?
Yes, of course.
Right.
I love doing live streams. They're fun.
Cool. Well, we'll figure it out. We might even do it on this
because everybody hates me. Yeah.
Hey, if you want, let's do it on the Pizza Party podcast stream.
Yeah, let's make them hate us even more. Good idea.
Oh yes, my favorite.
Absolutely. Question: what happened to Dan Schneider?
He did.
The monkey incident.
No. Yeah.
Sol, do you want to pick another question?
Okay, let me go back up the. Someone's going a bit buck wild with the emojis right now. Let's see. Just going back up the chat here. Lumpty Tum. Why don't you guys chat while I find something to answer?
So, what did you guys think? So, what did you guys think about the deterioration of society?
Look, I argue that corporations can be our friends. We just got to reach out.
Hoo boy.
This shit.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Guys, please give me a double bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, like what if you go to like frickin' McDonald's and like it's like, what, we were friends, McDonald's? Why? You friended me, and it's like, sorry, man, you didn't pay for your double McRib egg bacon sandwich, so I can't help you. And it's like, you realize they weren't my friends the whole time.
The lady at the counter is like, I don't know who the fuck you are, my dude.
Yeah, sorry, bruh.
Internet man.
What
I
did
just
you
want to
say,
say,
Sol?
Internet Man's just saying, would you guys ever play a game together on Twitch? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna shameless plug here because I wanna, but I have a Twitch channel and I stream games and all that stuff.
I'll link it in the description.
Because it's
what
just
is it?
EyeOfSol, and I'm trying not to sound desperate, but I am desperate. I really want to be a Twitch partner, so
Are you advertising on us after criticizing?
I'm not a
advertisements?
corporation, man. I'm just me, man. I'm your
So,
friend. Give me
so not
money.
only is
Yeah, I'm your
Saul,
friend. Give me
so not only is Saul a heartless shill, but she's also a hypocrite.
They're gonna take my.
I don't know. You're getting a little too relatable with these advertisements.
The Eye of Soul train.
Yeah, it's the Soul mass transit system.
Yeah.
I miss when you used to go Soul Eater.
It's the Soul Robber.
And you never say Kaka and Maka anymore.
That's like ancient, you know. It's like bringing back like
It's
a season
still
1
funny.
character. It's time to go Kaka and Maka. Yeah, from
Wait. Question. Someone said thoughts on the Scooby Doo movie opting for new celebrity voices for the gang, except for Scooby. What is there a new Scooby Doo movie coming out?
apparently like
There is.
the voice
Matthew
of,
Lillard was recast and he was fucking pissed.
Yeah, it's like, but buddy, you're not the first Shaggy voice, so you know, can you chill?
Called Scooby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is
Something like
it
that.
the new Scoob thing?
I don't know
Oh,
if that's the. I think it's just gonna be a regular. So who knows? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll see. We'll find out together.
It's the Soul
And
Train.
rest assured, we will be there to make comments about a movie that we have no actual interest in, except Izzy.
Yeah. Scooby Dooby Doo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it also has Captain Caveman and Dick Dastardly planned to be in it. So it has to be the one thing I saw the design for. then.
Hopefully, they're still going with that. I hope so.
Yeah, because like if it's the designs I saw, this is gonna look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wait! They announced a return to Zombie Island. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah. They just like apparently announced a Scooby Doo Return to Zombie Island. If the last movie was 13 Ghosts, they're just jumping back onto like old properties. This is weird. I don't like this.
I mean, look, they're going for nostalgia. You know, they redid 13 Ghosts. Now they're going for Zombie Island, and maybe we'll do.
Zombie Island's gonna look like shit now.
Yeah,
Great.
I know
Look,
because
it's
the
cool.
first one was so good.
Yeah, like
The first one looks really good,
Going from like that cool, dark, I think Japanese anime studio or something, and going to like digital modern things. I don't think it'll look as good.
Yeah, it's terror to the game.
Yeah.
It's
I hated my Scooby Doo Zombie Island review. They're all terrible.
It's salty stuff.
You can redo it.
What was the weirdest fetish you've heard of?
Oh, let's not get into that.
Okay, never mind then.
Unless you
That's a
guys
good
want
question.
to. I mean, you know.
I gotta think about this now.
I mean,
What's the weirdest
We're all friends
fetish?
here. We don't. It's not weird if we just talk about these things.
What is the weirdest?
Stop breathing like that, you fucking creep.
Michael Jackson did nothing wrong.
Goofyfication. Somebody getting transformed into Goofy.
That's the
Yuck.
intro to the first movie.
Who's ready to get
Yucked.
Yeah, the guy who dresses up like Goofy and like does sex videos as Goofy.
That guy. Yeah,
That's
there's
probably
also
the
that
worst.
That's a
guy.
thing?
I don't know. If you look up like human dolphin or something on Google, you find that guy that's like a half human, half dolphin man, and it's like, yeah,
Like South
that's
Park.
forever burned. That's not
I
funny.
think the keep in mind I'm not really like a deviant, so I don't really look for this kind of stuff. But the weirdest fetish I've ever seen and heard of is like when people shove air bike pumps, like the tube down their throat or up their ass, and they just like pump themselves up with air. That is the
I know
Is
that one.
Is that Tom Preston's,
really
like,
bad for
favorite?
you. Why the hell would you do that?
Andrew Dobson.
Oh,
That's who loves doing
inflation.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any fetishes. I don't. It's no one.
That is a bullshit
Like,
lie.
I don't think that inflation is a bad fetish on its own. I mean, whatever, people are gonna like what they like. But no, it's the actual like people who shove air bike or bike air pumps up their ass and mouth and pump themselves up. It's like, dude, what?
This is kind of unrelated, but kind of related. Is there was this like I think it was either reverse bimbofication or actual bimbofication, where like it's a girl that walks over, picks up a book, and then turns into a bimbo, or it might be the reverse.
Yeah.
And like there was like this whole controversy because there was a bunch of people on Facebook who were unaware that's fetish art and thinking it was like someone like some artist was making a commentary on like being anti-feminism.
I thought that was the commentary.
I don't know. It might be, but I just recently saw someone took both of the characters and set them next to each other and go, now they're dating. And I thought it was adorable.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not into that. I don't draw any weird stuff. Although there's some
That's a
weirdo.
fucking lie.
There's some freaking weirdo on Twitter.
Do not. No, no. You are not going to pretend that Twitter is not you.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's just this freaking weirdo who draws Stephanie smut of my character.
What's their Twitter handle?
They're called
Pan?
Cry W Nut or Crying While Nutting, and it's just like, what's this guy's problem? He's just obsessed with my character Stephanie. I don't know what that's about.
Okay, that's
You
like
follow
that?
him. You don't act like okay.
Well, I gotta like
First of
keep the
all-
eye. I'm keeping an eye on the storm. You know, you gotta make sure he's not, doing things.
Then why is the same day you talk about how Nessa's putting her finger in your butt that you also post on that account too?
Sure. Well, I'm not posting on that account. I have no access to that account.
So this is the end of the podcast for
Hey,
today.
Literally, here's a tweet. Pan has been demoted to Splendid Daddy. I'm dating Crying with Nutting now. Nesca. Also, please pretend this is really his account because seeing him cry is getting sad now.
Oh man, why is that guy drawing me like that? It's not nice.
So I'm Nolan. Who's my co-hosts?
I'm Izzy.
Pan.
I like EyeOfSol's hats. They're fedora. I should wear a fedora.
It's not a fedora, it's a trilby.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll buy
Okay.
a trilby. I think I'll look really cool in it.
God, fucking mighty. Soul, do you have anything you want to advertise or anything you want to say before we delete this forever?
Oh,
I guess just if you want to hear more of me, you can just go to my Twitch channel, and my YouTube channel is pretty silent right now, but that's because I haven't started my new content yet. So maybe check back in 3 months there. I would say right now, if you want to see immediate results, just go to my Twitch channel. I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts 3 right now.
Ooh, good game. Go subscribe to her so she can partner finally.
I've been like between 700 followers for 3 years. That's why I'm a bit desperate now.
oh.
That's why I'm willing to be a hypocrite and pretend to be your friend, like the gigantic mega corporation I am.
Wow, rude.
But yeah,
Try insulting your fan base. We do it and we're popular.
I can't
Yeah,
insult my fans.
They
Oh,
like
we
it.
can.
They're
We
dirty
can.
straight
Not win.
sluts.
very easily, in fact. But yeah, that's all for today's episode, kids. Tune in next week when we find out who Crying While Nutting really
Huh?
is. Spoiler
Take
alert.
off the
it's
mask.
Pan.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
All right. Sound us
Okay.
off,
I heard
Pan.
Crying with Nutting's coming to MomoCon.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh no, is he gonna draw me
The
again?
name.
Ah.
Stop pretending to be Stephanie.